The fourth step in completing the application paper is the application step. This should be the most detailed, methodical of the steps that you've done so far. It's worth 30% of the grade, so that's roughly 30% of the paper's grade will be just involved in this particular step. It's not difficult, again, but you have to work through it step by step and in a methodical way. The first thing you want to do is to choose two theories. You're going to use one consequential theory and you're going to use one non-consequential theory. For the consequential theories, you can have either act or rule utilitarianism. For the non-consequential theories, there are various of them there, but let me recommend that you use one of the big three, that is virtue ethics, Kant's deontology, or Rawls' contractarianism. Once you've selected one of the consequential theories, then you can get started. Now, for each theory, and each theory is worth 15% of your grade, for each theory you want to split it into two parts. You want to have a brief introduction, maybe a paragraph, where you demonstrate that you know what this theory is about, its basic principles and what it's good for, and so on, what its limitations are possibly. And then in the second step, you want to go back to the blue box. And that blue box is applying blank. It may be applying rule utilitarianism, it may be applying act utilitarianism or virtue ethics, and you want to follow each one of those steps carefully. That's important. This is like, once again, where critical thinking looks a lot like algebra. You may have had an algebra teacher who would give you, would mark your answer wrong even if you got the right answer because you didn't show the steps. Or you may have had an algebra teacher who was willing to give you credit for an answer even when the answer was wrong because you showed that you could work through the steps. That's kind of what we're looking for here. We want to see that you can take that blue box, go one at a time, and work your way through the steps. If, for example, you put at the end of utilitarianism, I think that blank option is the best option because that would make the most people happy, you might actually be right, but I didn't see anything. I have no idea how you came to that conclusion, and all you've really done is thrown a general opinion at me without letting me see the critical thinking behind it. So let me look over your shoulder as you think this through step by step. When you get to the non-consequential theories, you'll do the same thing. You'll first describe the theory briefly, then you'll take that blue box and you'll work through it one step at a time. You'll want to demonstrate again how you've evaluated each one of the options according to the principles of the theory and what the conclusion was. A couple of other thoughts as we talk about this. We've talked before that sometimes you have one theory that gives you one conclusion and another theory that gives you another conclusion, and you have to choose which of those two theories you think is most appropriate. Don't worry about that right now. That's for the next step. But for right now, if you come out to different conclusions, that's okay. What you want to do is let the theories and that application process guide you to a conclusion. It may not even be a conclusion that you agree with, but you want to be able to think through in this critical thinking way. So that's about it for step 4. So far, all you've really done is described the theory briefly, and then you've worked through the steps and you've applied it to each of your options, all those things that you did in step 3. And then you've recommended an option for each theory. Now we'll start tying things together when we get to the next step, which is presenting your findings and justifying your recommendation.